It is I, Edya, and today we are on lockdown, and I feel like doing a video on what to wear at home. We're currently not allowed to socialize in the real world, and God knows I'm not gonna buy groceries at a time when people wear rubber gloves, face masks, to go and buy fresh produce that has been touched and coughed on by everybody else. Where was I? I'm not wearing any pants. Welcome to my channel. Hey, Edya. I'm not wearing any pants.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Man, what strange times we live in. Said everybody ever at any time in human history. Well, what you gonna do about it? Not live out your fucking racism is what? As a member of the racially ambiguous community, I am well aware of the sometimes racist and homophobic attitudes of my fellow Germans. What was really astounding to me, however, was the fact that people outside of Germany seem to have a very different understanding of my fellow Germans. Well, joke's on them. Because now, the ever-so-casual racism of the Germans happened to target our citizens of Asian descent in a not-so-casual manner. Blaming Asians, or the Italians for that matter, on the pandemic is not fair. No, that's not fair. It's rich people. Rich people are to blame for everything, because they felt like going on business trips was the most important thing during a time of crisis. Well, are you happy now? I'm sure your buns are doing great right now, are they? But then again, aren't we all slaves of modern capitalism? It's not like a high-ranking manager could just have chosen not to go to Singapore, you know? When I try to explain my experience with German racism to foreigners, their reaction mainly boils down to something along the lines of,
"Are you sure it's not just in your head? You people always exaggerate."
Well, do we though? Because now the always underlying racist sentiments of my fellow Germans came to the surface in an undeniable fashion. I mean, let's ignore burning refugee shelters for a moment. These obviously are not racist enough for most people. Or is it that there's an overall sympathy for anti-refugee ideology rather than sympathy for people seeking refuge? You know, from like war and death and stuff. Also, let's not forget that we had a literal Nazi terrorist attack in Germany some weeks ago. It's not like it was ever gone. How did people not see that? I mean, the everyday stuff is mostly just tiring. Like a white German lady asking the stuff at the store if anybody there speaks German. People speaking German at a store in Germany. Crazy concept, I know. White Germans seem to suffer from some sort of inferiority thing, because they often feel as though they're not being treated well enough, simply because we treat them like everybody else. When you're accustomed to privilege, equality feels like oppression. Guess they haven't heard that one before. But we were talking about current events actually, so yeah. A Malaysian friend of mine was on their merry way home when the car slowed down, let down the window, and the driver yelled at her, "Go back to China!" Well, first of all, I think it is very important for Germans to finally understand that Asia is just like Europe, in that Germany is not the only country where people may come from. Even though some still seem to think we own that shit. Stories of overt acts of hate against our Asian population are popping up left and right. On one hand, I'm relieved that us POC are finally on the same page, but on the other hand, I am very sorry that people don't feel safer anymore. Man, very strange times we live in indeed. People ask me what I'm doing during this period of lockdown that we find ourselves in, but honestly, I was a stay-at-home gay from the get-go, so nothing much has changed for me. I mean, I would love a piece of cake, for fuck's sake, but other than that, I guess I'm doing alright. I mean, I know it's a very weird situation. There are people who are actually suffering. Now it's a global suffering, and not a local suffering. Everybody is kind of affected by the same thing. But at the same time, much of it can't be grasped, so it feels really floaty, at least to me. But how do you guys feel about stuff? Let me know in the comments. If you don't mind, give it a like. If you do mind, give it a dislike. And I guess I'll see you in the next one. Bye!